Hi, and welcome to another edition of A Year of the Guitar 2. Today is the day that once a year, July 26th, I clean up my guitar, give it its annual cleaning. I take all of the strings off. It's the only time of the year that I take all 6 strings off at the same time. As you can see, I've already done that. There are no strings on the instrument. Got to be careful when you're doing that because these two pieces, this is the nut which goes in here, and the saddle which goes at this end in here, are not intended to be glued in. They're supposed to be just held in place by the strings. So when you take all of the strings off, you got to keep track of those and make sure you don't lose them. So my first step is going to be to clean the fretboard and clean the frets themselves. And I use steel wool to do that. It's this 0, 0, 0, what are the 4 zeros, I think? Yeah, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 zeros on it, which is just the finest steel wool that you can get. And I use that to clean in between the frets and clean the fretboard. But I'm actually going to do that outside because it makes a little bit of a mess. After I do that, I'll be back. So now that I've cleaned my frets with steel wool, my next step is to lubricate the fretboard a bit, the wood, and I use mineral oil on that. Can also use lard, believe it or not, but I like the mineral oil, and I put just a small amount on a paper towel. Wipe it in real good, give it a little time to sit, and then just wipe the excess off again afterwards. So, all right, so I've put the mineral oil. You can see how shiny it is because it still has the mineral oil on it. Hasn't been wiped off yet, the fretboard. And so my next step is, while that's soaking in, take a little petroleum jelly, put some just enough on the tip of a toothpick, and I work it into the gears on the tuners, and then take a string winder and rotate that around a few times. So now that's lubricated, and I do that to the others, and then I'll wipe the excess off, if there is any. There shouldn't be much. So now that I've finished lubricating my tuning machines and I've wiped off the mineral oil from the fretboard, my next step, which is really getting close to the end now, before putting my strings back on, is to put a small amount of lemon pledge. And I use this brand specifically because there's nothing in it that can either soak into the wood, which would not be good for the wood in terms of sound, and no abrasives. There's nothing really that'll harm the finish. It's a very mild polish, furniture polish, and lemon oil is very good for the instrument. So I put a small amount on my cloth, on a soft cloth, and begin to work it in and clean the guitar up with it.